Hi, and welcome to the 2021 Lindenwood University Virtual Jazz Festival. My name is Bernard Long. I'm a professor of drum set here at Lindenwood University. Today I'm going to be talking to you about essential drum styles and drum grooves. Before we get started, go ahead and grab your pair of sticks, brushes, drum pads, or a drum set, and let's go down to the groove classroom. So the first group of styles I'll be talking about is jazz styles. First we're going to talk about the medium jazz swing, up-tempo swing, a two-field, a jazz shuffle, a jazz waltz, and then playing a ballad and playing a medium swing with brushes. So the most important element in jazz drumming is the ride pattern. So whatever I play, I sing. 55, 55. Next, I'm going to add the bass drum, 4 on the floor. I'm going to be feathering the bass drum very softly where it can be felt and not really heard. Boom, 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 boom. Then I'm going to add the hi-hat on beats 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And drop it up again. When I'm not comping with my left hand, I'm locking it in with quarter notes on beat 4. Now we're going to talk about the up-tempo jazz swing. As a drummer, you got to be able to play different dynamics, different styles, and different tempos. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Make sure you're practicing with the metronome and also live recordings. Moving on to the two-field. You can play it on the hi-hat or the ride cymbal. A 1, a 2, 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 Moving on to the jazz shuffle. The jazz shuffle reminds me of riding a horse or a horse galloping. So when you're first learning the jazz shuffle, you want to play all the beats on all 4 limbs. Stump the stallion, stump the stallion is what I say. Stump the stallion, stump the stallion, stump the stallion, stump the stallion. We'll start with 2 hands. Shuffle and a half shuffle. Here's a full shuffle. 1, a 2, a 1, 2, ready. nothing but a beat in 3/4. It's a dance. A jazz waltz should be played pretty light. I'm going to first demonstrate the hi-hat on 2 and 3, then I'm going to move the hi-hat around. Switch to brushes. Now, most of the times when we use brushes, it can be used as in funk, it can be used as Latin, but I'm going to demonstrate here how it's used on a jazz ballad. So you're going to make a figure 8 on the snare drum. I'm feathering very, very softly on the bass drum. I'm making long strokes on the snare drum, never lifting my brushes. A continuous wall of sound. I had it on 2 and 4. A nice, crisp kick. Now, going to a swing pattern, ride pattern on the snare drum. And by the way, I turn my snares off to get a different sound and color. We go 1, a 2, a medium swing 2, a ready, play. So I've changed my brush stroke, going across the drum now instead of a full circle. Almost like windshield wipers. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, a 3. Now we're going to move to Latin styles. In this section, I'll be talking about Abasa Nova, Samba, Bolero, and Afro-Cuban 6/8. First, we will look at the Bossa Nova. Bossa Nova comes from the 3/2 clave. Now I'm going to put that part on the snare drum as a cross stick. Now I'm going to vary it up a little bit to fit in the style of Bossa Nova. Bring in hi-hat, 16th notes. Bring in bass drum. Not too loud on the bass drum. And 1, 3, 1, 2. I can play the hi-hat part on the ride cymbal. To. It's called a samba. Samba also comes from Brazil. Now this is a faster version of the Bossa Nova. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, play. 2 and 4 on the hi-hat. Now, moving on to the bolero. Bolero is a ballroom rumba. Now for this, you can turn the snares off. You can use a mallet and a stick or 2 sticks. I'm going to use a mallet and a stick for a different texture and color. My right hand part, I'm playing on the snare drum. I can also play on the bell of the cymbal. Now we're going to move on to Afro-Cuban 6/8. The main pattern is called a cascara. Cascara is the side of a drum. I'm going to play that part on the bell of the right cymbal. Now, we're in the final category, funk styles. The first groove I'll play will go to the song called Chameleon by the great Herbie Hancock. The next groove will be to Footprints, arrangement by Terence Blanchard. And the last groove will be Strasbourg St. Denis, a song by the great Roy Hargrove. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Most of these grooves, I'll kind of be burying the bass drum beater into the bass drum head. Also, you may hear some rim shots. This is funk, so you got to make it a little funky. Not so much you got to play it louder dynamically, but musically and conceptually, it has to have a little groove on it, a little hump. The next song we're going to go to is Footprints by the great Terence Blanchard. The song is in 4/4, but it may feel different. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. a lot of syncopation in the bass drum part. Hi-hat was basically eighth notes and 2 and 4 on the snare drum. Now, moving on to our last selection, Strasbourg St. Denis by Roy Hargrove. 1, 2, enjoyed today's masterclass and I hope you learned a lot. I would like to give a shout out to Lindenwood University. Thank you for having me today. And also my sponsor, Zildjian Cymbals. You can reach me at bernardlongjr@gmail.com. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day. And keep swinging.